Hi, everybody. The elevator pitch. It's much discussed, it's much debated. How do you synthesize all the wonderful things you do in about 30 seconds? Now, here's an example I found on the web of some instructions for a great elevator pitch. It says, take a blank piece of paper and number it from 1 to 10. Then you fill in the most important bits of information that you want to convey about yourself or your service or your product or your company. For example, what exactly do you do? What have you achieved and what are your goals? Who does your company serve and why? Focus on the most interesting or memorable facts, the ones that make you really stand out from the others. Now, I would argue that that approach is a sure path to disaster. Number one, that's what everybody does. Number two, it's all about you. The reality is when a CEO asks you what you do, what he or she is really asking is, do you have anything for me? Let me offer a different approach. Counterintuitive for sure, but based on what science tells us triggers the decision-making part of your brain. Now, if I was asked this question, I might respond with something like, thanks for asking. Let me ask you, imagine if your sales team could move a prospect from indecision to decision, even if they weren't thinking about making a change prior to meeting with you. Or imagine if your sales team could differentiate you from your competition in a way that prospects actually cared about, so that at the end of the sales cycle, the conversation just wasn't about price. And what if your sales team could deliver the message, your message, in such a memorable way that even if their prospect didn't make a buying decision in a month, in a quarter, or even in a year, they still remember you and they still remember why they have to make a change. And what if they could do all of this knowing for sure that they were talking to an ideal customer? That's what you'll be able to do if we work together. Think about that one. If you have any questions or comments, send an email to the address below and put the word elevator pitch in the subject line. And as always, thanks for your time.